What's that? I'm live. I got tired of dealing with memory issues on my phone and editing, and also I have a hard time just talking to a camera. And the whole time I'm talking to the camera, I'm thinking about editing and like, okay, well I said something wrong and I can edit or whatever. So now I'm just going to pretend that I'm actually talking to Emerald Raven Earth. You sent me your email a while back. You had 4 questions. The first one I answered in a YouTube video, and you kindly commented that I was very spot on with it. Like even it was about can you make a career from your art? I think I said something like you needed to find some help with like technical parts, like somebody help you create a website or something like that. And you told me, oh, I was just talking to my daughter about this. Well, that's cool. And so I'm talking to you, Emerald. I'm going to call you M. So you had 3 other questions on your list, and you also had something in your email that maybe I can get to about not being able to find work because of the thing that you get in the arm. You don't want to do that, which I support. I think you're a very smart person for doing that. But number 2 on your list, you said you wanted to know if you'd be receiving any money. And you said that you had a feeling, you think that maybe you're picking up on something, you're empathic, that you had a feeling that you were going to be getting some money unexpectedly. Have you got it? Have you got it yet? Because it's been like a week or several days since you sent that email. Was your intuition right? Did you get the money? So that's what we're going to look at first. Should be a pretty short read since you just wanted to know, is this unexpected money going to come like from somewhere magically into your life? I hope it does. I hope everybody does. I hope we come into a new financial system soon, and all the money that's been stolen from humanity over hundreds and maybe thousands of years. You know how much gold science says exists in all the earth. So in other words, if you could take all the earth, or all of the gold out of the earth, refine it, and put it into a cube, do you know what scientists say? How much that would be? What size the cube would be? 33 feet cubed. That's like nothing. If you walk around in Thailand and look at all the gold in all the shops in Thailand, and I love watching these gold mining television shows, Alaskan Gold Rush. the amount of gold they're pulling out of the ground all the time is easily 100 times that much gold in the world, but it's been kept away from us by the archons. So let's see, are you going to be getting some money? Now you said soon, so let's say like before the end of the year, before New Year's Day. Maybe it'll come like a Christmas present or something for you. Okay, so EmeraldVP Raven Earth. putting my intentions into ordering these cards to give us the answer. And I'm ready. Okay, first card is Six of Swords. Four of Swords. This is from the past. Eight of Cups. This is challenges coming between you and your question. Possible outcome, King of Swords. And advice and clarification. So right now, you've got the Six of Swords. You've been through some changes in your past recently, and you might be changing, or you might be carrying a lot of thoughts with you that are not helpful to you. You're on a journey, and you're being guided. You have like a father figure, someone who's helping you through these troubled times. Not necessarily with money right now. Somebody who's just maybe giving you advice in the form of words, thoughts and words. And we've got this Four of Swords in the position of the sword, in the position of the question itself. So seems like there's 75% of something, but there may be like 25% that's hidden from you, or maybe somebody's keeping something from you. Then you have this Chariot in the middle. This could be your challenge. You need to have more confidence in yourself. Maybe you've been waiting too long to take matters into your own hands. Okay, regarding money, regarding bringing money into your life. Now, your question seemed to imply that this was not something you would get by working, more by luck. I don't see anything like you're not going to win the lottery. Somebody's not going to leave you money in their will. You're not going to get rich that way. But I think you're lacking confidence in yourself. There are ways for you to make money that you don't need to work in an office, where you don't need to get, this thing. Maybe you need to, okay, you're an artist. It's interesting. So the money that you're thinking of is not going to come from your art. Then we have this King of Swords in the future. You have a lot of swords here. You've got 4 out of 7 swords, majority of swords. And you have some indications that you don't have enough information. We're talking like book knowledge. And this advice, the Page of Swords, maybe you have to think a little bit more practically. And then you have this Hierophant as advice, opposite the sword, the Page of Swords. Might need to find someone who can teach you a way where you can make money online using words. I know that probably sounds like the opposite of what you enjoy, but if you want to bring money into your life anytime soon, it's going to have to do with thoughts and words. Or the simple answer is, I hate to say it, but no, you're not going to be surprised with any money anytime soon. And that's okay. You need to get more in touch with your higher self, I think. I don't know why that's been, this high priestess came up, and it's telling you get in touch with your higher self and be you. So that's all I got for your unexpected money. I hope I'm wrong. Hope somebody comes along. Maybe that King of Swords is somebody who's going to come along and give you money, but they're not really known for that, King of Swords. So that was kind of a disappointing read on that. This next question looks to me more interesting. And by the way, as I said in a video I posted yesterday, I'm not a fortune teller. These are possible outcomes and probabilities. And now that you know, you can do something to change it. I mean, for example, maybe you normally don't buy lottery tickets. Well, if you have never bought a lottery ticket in your life, then the cards kind of know that, take that into account, or the universe does. And so that was your answer. Now, if you go against something you normally wouldn't do and you do it, well, that's going to open up a whole new possibility of what could happen. So maybe go buy a lottery ticket, who knows? And then if I'm wrong, you'll understand why I was wrong. It's because you intervened in that timeline and you made it happen. Okay. So the next question you had was about your home. First, you wanted to know how long you would stay there. Like, I guess, stability, you're looking to know that you're going to be able to stay someplace for a long time. I think most people feel that way if you're happy there. You also ask, are you safe there? And then you go on to say that there was a man who lived downstairs from you in this place and he passed away. But you say that he was a good heart, he had a good heart. So it's not like we're not expecting any kind of like haunting or bad like afterlife experience from him. But you want to know, are you safe? By safe, I guess that means like maybe you live alone and nobody can come in and hurt you, or if anything happens, you can get help easily. So I think I'm going to do these in separate readings. First, how long will you stay there? Okay, let's look at that. Okay, so the first card's going to be you and your house together. Temperance. So you feel very nurtured in that house. You feel physically safe there, and like even healthy. It's a healthy environment for you. I'm not sure. Maybe you have lots of trees and plants around you, but it's a healthy place for you to live. How long? Two of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles in the past. You definitely are very comfortable there. You have felt safe and secure there in the past. I don't know why you think it might be unsafe now, but you have felt safe and secure there, and you might be somewhat of a homebody. So you don't go out much. You like staying at home, or you have in the past. Then you got this King of Cups. It's your challenge. Now, if the King of Cups is challenging you, the King of Cups is feels very safe in his environment. He's protected. He's up on the pedestal above the water. He's full of good feelings for the world. He's a generous. He's very generous. So this might be telling you to come down from your ivory tower a little bit. Don't stay locked up in your house alone all the time. Get out more. Um, Maybe, like I said, just this is advising you come out into the world. I don't know if you maybe you probably just don't want to go out because of the situation now with the thing going on and going out yet. Maybe people wear make I don't know where you live if you have to wear a mask when you go out. I'm supposed to here in Thailand. There's a mandate. They tell everybody you have to wear a mask when you just walk out from your front gate. Not me. No, there's no law on earth. There's no man-made law on earth that can make me force me to wear something on my body, especially covering my face, that I don't want to wear. Just not going to happen. I see police out all the time. Nobody's ever stopped me. Nobody's ever said a word to me. The only thing is at the bank. The bank and I was at immigration the other day. I had to wear a mask and I'd kind of pull it. I'd let it come down and they'd say, your mask. Okay. But except for those extreme times like going to the bank to get money, okay, I'll wear a mask for 15 minutes to get money or to get my visa. I have to do that. But anyways, I got sidetracked there. So let's see. How long can you stay there? Well, I will tell you this. However long you've been there, I think you're halfway through that time. In other words, if you've been in this house for 5 years already, you can be there for another 5 years because I got this Two of Pentacles. Or maybe you have a choice. Maybe there's another place you can stay. That could also be what this Two of Pentacles is saying. But I'm taking it as like a 50-50. You've been there this long, and you'll be able to stay there that much longer on the other side. So you're halfway through your stay there. Now for the outcome, I got this Moon. And let's see what comes up next to it. Oh, the Four of Swords again. So this Moon, maybe it's referring to the man you talked about who passed away. And yeah, he might be hanging out there. He might not have moved on yet. He's not ready to take that make that move. So if you feel the presence, maybe you feel his presence. Yeah, very well could be that he's hanging around because that's what this moon is, the mysterious, like the other side kind of thing. And then we have this four pentacles. I mean, sorry, four swords. So like that's a safe, like a structure. Think of a four. Think of a structure like a house, and he's resting. So yeah, looks like he's not ready to move on from that place. He loved it there, and seems like that place may have had a connection with his childhood. I think this with this Page of Pentacles. Maybe he grew up near there, and that's why he's staying there. But are you safe there? Seven of Wands and Chariot. You're just as safe there as you feel confident to be. Like, and you definitely you have no problems with the spirit of the man who's passed away there. You feel confident that you can handle that, and you have you're being protected because you have a warrior spirit in you. So there's while you're in that house, there's nothing that can hurt you. Yeah, you're definitely safe there with this Two of Wands. You're in a safe place there. So answers to your question is yeah, you're safe there. Safe there. You're halfway through your time living in that house, and it looks like the man who passed away is hanging around. But he's a gentle spirit. Nothing to fear from him. In fact, I kind of get the feeling that he's looking over you. Okay, so that answers the question about your home. I really want to know how long you've been there. And does that make sense to you that you could be halfway through your time there, or like I said, or maybe you've been offered another place to stay? That's the other. Those are the two possibilities I got from that. Now, in the next question, do you want to know about your love life? And you wanted to know about a person you called Tom. Okay, so Tom was someone you cared about in your life before. He was in your life before. He was part of your life before. And you said, quote, will he surface again in your life? So surface, resurface. Will he return into your life? So I'm going to take a look at Tom and see where is he, where is his mind, where is his heart? Is he thinking about you? Had he ever thought about you before in a romantic sense? And now remember, you have to be the master of your own ship. If you want Tom into your life, well, he's got to know about that, right? So you've got to reach out to him some way and let him know that you're open to have him back into your life. You can't just, wish it to happen. And well, actually you can, but it, God helps those who help themselves. So you've got to maybe reach out to him. And this, they'll see, like, if you did reach out to him, would he be receptive to that? Or has he moved on? Maybe he's got something else going on in his life now, someone else. So we'll take a look at that. Tom, where are you, Tom? Are you coming back? So this is going to be Tom is over here, and then this card's going to represent you. What's that? Emperor. Tom has a major arcana as his archetype. I just have to say, you two are made for each other. If he doesn't come back into your life, then there's really a problem, because the card that came up for him is the Emperor. The card that came up for you is the Empress. These just go together. So you need to call Tom like right now and tell him that you're meant to be together. Maybe you were together in a past life. You were husband and wife in a past life, or maybe you are soulmates. Maybe you guys get together every time you incarnate, but you have a soul link for sure. In the past, you have both been in love with each other. Okay, that's the past. So you do have this romantic history. You loved him, he loved you. No doubt about that. Okay. Now, what's between you right now is the Four of Cups. So somebody has to reach out to the other person. One of you has to reach out to the other. Now, this might maybe you have kind of blocked yourself from him at some point, or he's blocking himself from you. As in this picture, you see the man is crossed arms, crossed legs. He's concentrating on things that he has in front of him, and he's not paying attention to what he's being given. Maybe this means Tom is popular and he's got many women to choose from, and maybe you've even reached out in subtle ways to him and he just hasn't picked up on it. Okay, if that's the case, then you need to make it clear to him, especially since you are soulmates. In his cognitive thinking, he hasn't gotten that yet. Possible outcomes. High Priestess. High Priestess. That's kind of a 50-50 card. It's kind of a black and white, and it's a highly spiritual card. So it's not sure. Six of Swords. You have to go to him. Okay, the Six of Swords is making that journey, getting in that boat, sending that email, making that phone call, and the Star, and act on that wish that you have. Follow your heart to the stars. And to him, he's like this shining star to you. And you have to reach out to him. He just, right now, he may not be ready for a relationship, for like a serious relationship. But he's close. He's about 70% there. So this would be a good time to reach out and just like reconnect with him. Don't hold anything back. Be very honest with him. Tell him what you're thinking. Don't hold back. That's the advice that I'm being given for you. once again, I think I said this earlier. You need to get in touch with your higher self. Okay, whatever that means to you. You said you're empathic. Well, this is a reflection of that. But well, once again, I'm just gonna. I mean, I really didn't have to go any further than the emperor and the empress. This is this is you and him together. So I would follow up on that if I were you. Tom can be back in your life. Um, he's 70% like there. Like you just need to work on that last 30%. That could be, just reaching out to him. That's all. So, yeah, what are you waiting for? Get Tom back in your life. All right, and I want to do one more thing. It wasn't a question, but it was more like a comment at the end. You said times have been very hard for you, and just like a lot of people, like me, um, because you haven't been able to work because of the mandates. And let's see if we can find out if you're going to be able to find some way like what I'm doing. I was I was an English teacher for 18 years here in Thailand. I did quite well. I didn't get rich, but I always had enough money to have a good life, money to go out, get anything I needed. But but they shut everything down, and I refused to have my body invaded with some experimental concoction. And I haven't taught since April. I haven't made any money from my chosen career since April. And suddenly it dawned on me, thanks to like watching Janine, and also I have a history with tarot cards. I picked up my first deck about 26 years ago, and it just resonated with me, and I feel very connected to the spiritual realm. I've done a lot of soul searching, a lot of like studying shamanism and Native American spiritualism, and spent a lot of time on myself, kind of like a hermit. So yeah, then it dawned on me, well, there are people who will pay money for tarot card readings. I wonder if I can do that. And I'm not going to say how much, but yeah, it's been pretty amazing. It's like when I started teaching, even though I had taken many like profile tests, and they all said that number one career job for me would be teacher. And then I started teaching, and it's impossible to step outside yourself and judge yourself like as a teacher, as a performer. Teaching is very much like performing. Um, I used to do that too. I was on stage for 12 years doing plays and stuff like that. And you don't know how well you're doing until at the end of the show, and people stand up and start applauding for you, and they cheer for you, and you walk out for your curtain call, and you get yeah, that. And so yeah, as a teacher, people started telling me, wow, you're a great teacher. It's like, oh really? Okay, cool. And that's kind of what's happened with me with tarot reading. People are saying, wow, you got that spot on, or Scott, you were very intuitive, and you know nailed this or that. Predictions are another thing. My very first ever tarot card reading I did for someone, I predicted something, and it came true exactly how I predicted it, like within days of me predicting it. But then something happened that I didn't see because, you know, we only looked so far, and it turned out to be kind of the opposite. So yes, what I predicted was going to happen, this thing happened, but then just the next day, it all fell apart. And so that's why predictions are so tricky. Okay. Um, and also, once you observe a thing, you affect it. Okay, so if I tell you what the possible future is going to be, now you're going to do something. You can either try to make it go in that direction if that's what you want, or you can steer away from it, or you can do something totally unexpected that maybe you did want it, but you did something that screwed it up. You know, so yeah, take predictions with a grain of salt. They do happen because time is nonlinear. And that's what if you want to know why people, psychics can predict things, prophets can predict things, tarot cards can predict things, it's because time is non-linear. What's this crap card? We only experience it as linear because we live these finite lifetimes with them. You're born, you live, and you die. That's the way we experience it. But actually, everything that's ever happened has already happened. Okay, you're just seeing it like that. Okay, so let's see. Um, will the vax? I almost said the bad word. Will the jab in the arm thing go away so people can go back to work? Will you find another kind of work like I have, doing something totally different where you can at least make some kind of money, maybe doing something on the internet with your art, doing something with your art? Um, I got at one point with your first reading about your art, I got the feeling that you could be a teacher. You could be an art teacher. Is that something you feel like you could do? Um, so that's something maybe you should look into. All right, but really we want to know about your regular work, the one that you can't do now because of the mandate. Can you get that back? Hmm. Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands, Justice in between. Now, if this is referring to the work that you did before the problems all began, I want to say that this was a work that you were passionate about. You had great love and passion for your work, and it was something that you were you had a lot of integrity with your work. In other words, you were highly respected in the work that you did before, and you were uh, very uh, excited about it. You were very driven to do that work. It was something that gave you like a fire in your belly. I'm curious to know what you did. Well, this is very interesting. You ever hear that term, be careful what you wish for? If if you did not like the work that you had before, well, you very well may be going back to it soon, and then you're going to be wishing you didn't. That could be what that means. Or conversely, it could mean you've plateaued in that job. You've you're you're you've outgrown it, right? It's something that you've mastered, and you you and yes, your advice is find something different. If you want to go back to that job, you can, but I think it's not good enough for you anymore. I think you need to go on and find something better. And if you do that, you're going to have prosperity from that. Okay. Yes, I think you could go back to your old job, but you're not going to be happy there. You're going to feel dissatisfied, like been there, done that, and you just don't want to do it anymore. But if you follow your heart and look for something else, that's going to bring you joy and abundance and security and just all kinds of good stuff. Okay, so and that's your advice. Like, yeah, it's possible. I mean, maybe it won't be soon. Let's see if we can find out when. So, like in 5 months, 5 months, maybe you could go back to that work. Maybe even 5 weeks, but I'm thinking months. And get your have your wish come true. But I don't know. I get the feeling that whatever you used to do, that you've outgrown it. It's time for you to move on. I'm thinking your art. By the way, that's why I'm dressed like this today, because you're an artist, and I'm kind of a hippie from the 70s and 80s, and I like my hippie clothes. I almost never wear this because I don't know. Maybe I feel like I'm too old now too, but I love it. When I bought it, I just I love the color. I love it's silk and it's loose and it's comfortable. I think I look kind of cool, but that's why I wanted to look artistic for you, Emerald. And okay, and that's all I got. I'm dying to see your comments, see what you have to say about it. I hope it worked for you. Boy, have I been going for 42 minutes already? Wow. Okay. Yeah, and if anybody else saw this and they thought they liked what I did, and if you would like me to do a reading for you and put it on YouTube, please email me with your questions. What do you want to know? I'll put my email address in the description. I'll add it, I guess, after. I don't know. I've never done a live video that I actually kept up before. I think I'm going to keep this one up. I liked it. I felt pretty comfortable doing this. So, everybody out there, tell me what you thought about this and send me your emails. Let me answer your questions. If you want a personal reading and you don't mind sending a donation my way, I can do that as well. A personal reading is going to be, of course, much better because I'll be able to get feedback from you while I'm reading, and we can get better answers. So I haven't had anybody complain yet. So please email me. I'm waiting for you. All right, that's all. Goodbye. Turn this thing off. How do I turn this thing off?